So tell the audience your name and what is it that you do.
So my name is Danny Andrade. I am an educator, and I used to teach music. I did that for about 7 years, and now I'm just a general educator for at an elementary grade level.
So what got you into education?
Honestly, music, man. I was actually a music major, and I actually wanted to play music professionally. And something came up. An opportunity came up to teach music, which was something that I never really considered. And then, I started doing that. I started volunteering, doing that, and I really liked the aspect of teaching. And so then, I said, why not do that full time? Um, but obviously, because it's music, there's always that job security issue, So I started looking into, I started, liking teaching, the whole concept of just teaching and having someone in point A when they come in, they don't know something, and and you guide them into something else. I used to teach kids, adults, and like all ages. They come in there not knowing what how to hold a guitar or what things are, and then after a few months they were out there playing and singing on their own, and it was cool. It's a cool experience.
And so you think anybody could learn anything they ever want to learn in life, right?
Yeah, totally. I think it's something you just have to put your mind to, and it's about dedicating the time to it. You're never too old to learn something new. It's about how much time and dedication you want to put into it, honestly.
So how long have you been an educator now?
Including my music years, I want to say 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. Right now, I'm still in the process of getting my full credentials and everything, but that's soon to come.
What grade are you teaching right now?
I just finished teaching fourth grade. Hopefully, I'll be teaching sixth grade this next coming school year. So we'll just have to see how things pan out.
How long did you have to go to school to get your initial degree?
All right, so this is a trick question, man, because it gets complicated. Because in reality, average people, it takes them about anywhere between 4 to 6 years, right, to get their education. I mean, I took a 10-year break, and it took me about just going on and off of school. But when I got serious about it, it took me about, I want to say, 5 years to get my BA. It took me 2 years to get my AA once I got serious about school, and then another 2.5 years to get my BA. But in reality, the time span from when the first time I went to college to the time where I graduated with my BA, it took me about 12 years, man.
Wow.
So, and part of that was just life and other things, work, but it was really about getting serious about it and like I said, putting the time and dedication into it.
So all you guys that are listening out there, all you guys got to do is just step up to the plate and just take a swing.
Yeah, just make it a priority. I always thought, I mean, to be honest, I messed up in K-12. I ended up graduating with a 2.0 GPA, but I mean, I want to say my freshman year, my GPA in high school was 0 point something, man, and I just wasn't a very good student, and it took a lot of years to catch on to all those little habits and practice, that that your straight A responsible students do, and you know, I ended up getting my BA with honors. You know, so it really is about time and dedication.
So you think that, you know, you just said that you weren't the best student. You think because of that experience that made you a better teacher?
I like to think it does, because part of being a teacher is, you know, you have a large set of people that you teach, and you know, one way is not always gonna, you know, reach everybody. So you have to look at different, you know, some students will catch on from you just telling them. Other kids, a lot of kids will you know, when they do something hands on, they catch on, they learn. And then you have students like me who are just not motivated, you know. So you just have to find a way of motivating those students to get them where you want them to be, where they really want to be. But yeah, to answer your question, you know, I really think it does, because you know, when you, I mean, for me, you know, finding out the what motivated me was it took me a while, you know.
You know, that's definitely my next question. Like, what is it that motivates you? What makes you get up in the morning and do what you do on a daily basis?
You know what? When you find something you like, it's easy. I wake up every morning. You know, now that I've become an educator, and I really don't complain about it. There's never that day where like, oh, I have to get up, or you know, where I'm complaining about it or anything. It's just something that, you know, I've worked hard to get to, and you know, all those sacrifices that I made, you know, are for that, and I love doing what I do. So that's what makes me get up in the morning every day.
You're talking about sacrifices right now. Is there anything you would like to share with the audience that, you know, not a lot of people will know about you, that you would like to share?
You know, it was for me. You know, like I shared a little earlier. You know, I don't want to say I came from it. I know there's people that had it, you know, tougher than I did. But it was definitely a struggle, you know. It was you know, even getting my BA, my last semester was tough. You know, having a 4-year-old, it was just, you know, being a full-time student, being a full-time dad, and at one point, you know, even having a full-time job. All those three things would just kind of pile up, and like I said, it's setting your priorities, and you know, it's definitely hard, you know, even especially with school and working. You know, when I was home with my daughter, doesn't necessarily mean I was really home, you know. Like, I was always working. I was always doing my homework or schoolwork, you know. I just take little breaks to take care of my daughter, you know, feed her and do other things, and you know, get back to work, get back to school. So, you know, it might not be easy, but it's definitely possible.
You guys heard it here. You guys have a dream. You guys gotta go out there and chase it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I think more than anything is surrounding yourself with like-minded people who have goals, people who share the same views as you do, and just keeping them close, you know, because in a way, you know, people motivate you, you know, to do better, to better yourself.
Who was that person for you, man? Like, I know a lot of us have people that help us throughout our careers. Who was your biggest motivator? Or who was your bigger supporter, I should say?
What's up, Barbie?
I want to say, generally, my wife, you know, she was always, we always dreamed of getting to a better place, to bettering yourself, becoming professionals.
Oh yeah, you don't have another extra bata ticket?
And it was just something.
You sold it or what?
Something. You know, we to this day we still push ourselves. You know. She's finishing up her credentials. I'm starting my credentials.
For who? Like that.
So it's something that we just continue to push ourselves. I can name other people. Like when I was teaching music, Mr. Tamayo, always found a way of pushing us.
And you say one thing, but
college professors who.
That's right.
Your tocayo.
That's right.
There's a professor Miguel Lopez who always taught us to stand up for our people, and better ourselves so we can make a difference to other kids, other people who are growing up like us, with similar backgrounds. So, people like that,
that's too much,
you associate yourself with, and in a way they push you to be better. And yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
So you could name some of your, say, childhood heroes in a way, right?
All right.
Yeah. Number one hero is always gonna be my dad. And because I saw him, work his ass off, man, day and night without ever complaining. He was a welder for many years, and that ended up damaging his vision. But he never one day complained about it.
Love to see it.
I seen him coming home with 2nd-degree burns, and he just roll them off like they're nothing. It was. He's always gonna be my hero. Whenever there's I like to say one thing I picked up from him was his work ethic. You go in, do what you need to do, and you go home and you do what you gotta do there. And if you're gonna complain about it, just find yourself something that you like to do, so you don't have to complain about it.
I like that.
And if that wasn't an option, taking the steps to make that an option for yourself. So
everything else is just excuses then.
Yeah. Basically, and everything else is just excuses. And if certain resources are an issue, how do you finding a way to overcome those issues, finding a way around those lack of resources. There's always a way. There's always someone willing to help, and you just gotta knock on the right doors. And sometimes, sometimes those doors will just open up for you, and you'll find them. Other times, you gotta go looking for them.
So you don't think there's an age limit? Like if a 50-year-old is listening to us right now, you think he still, go back and do something?
Well, definitely, man. You know what? I've met so many older gentlemen or just people that get tired of doing what they got to do, and they go back, they get their GED, they go to school, and I don't want to say education is going to solve everybody's problem, but it definitely opens up the doors and facilitates success. Education, I don't want to say is success, but it definitely puts you in positions where you find success.
All right, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
To me, that's the best way to spend money.
Oh yeah.
Investing in yourself.
Yeah.
You could go buy a stock, and you don't know if that's gonna go up in price or if it's gonna drop. But if you buy something to
to better yourself. I mean, how do you put a price on that?
You can't.
How do you put a price on something that's gonna make you a better, make you better, even if it's whether it be intellectually, emotionally, physically, going to the gym or something, if that's going to improve your health, how do you put a price on that? If doing something is gonna make you smarter, how do you put a price on that? It's always I think the best investment is to invest in yourself.
If you could go back and talk to your younger self, is there any advice that you would give your younger self?
Whew, man, the list goes on and on. But,
Top three.
Top three. Focus on school. Everything else will come in within time. Don't worry too much and don't worry too much about what others think about you. Especially for those young kids out there, don't worry about what everybody else thinks. If you're rocking the freaking Jordans or Yeezys, that's all material, man. If you invest in yourself, that all that will come within time. And shit, the last one I'd say, is just surround yourself with the right people.
That's my best friend, man. How can I get rid of that best friend that we be hanging out for forever, man? How do you deal with stuff like that?
No, man. You don't have to. You know what? When I came to realize that you have friends and you have acquaintances, and it's okay to keep people hanging around when they're they'll leave, man. They'll leave. Once you're you're focused on improving yourself, and that's not what they want for you or for themselves, and they're the first ones to get out of the picture.
Damn, I thought that only happened whenever I run out of money and I couldn't buy any more drinks.
Yeah, no. All those friends that I had when I was young, man, they're gone, and there's some of them that I haven't seen since. Who I thought, man, we're gonna stick around for years, man. We're gonna have kids, and they're gonna hang out. Now, none of that. Once your interests change, man, they're up and out of there.
All this time I thought it was just me who had to experience some of that stuff.
Oh man. It happens to everyone.
So tell me, what does Danny plan to be in 10 years? I know that's one of the stupidest questions I have ever, I guess, got asked growing up. Oh, how do you see yourself in 5 years? To me, I could never answer it. And I had to switch it up today and put 5 more years on that one.
Yeah, I've always known I fell in love with education, but I also did a lot of community work, and I fell in love with my community as well. So working, something that I've always wanted to do is how do I make a bigger impact, so, and I love teaching and everything, but, how do I make a bigger impact there? I've always liked the side of administration, and hopefully me in 10 years would be some side of education administrator,
You guys hear it first here.
So it's something that I've always liked, and I've always, that I started considering. It was just like I said, somebody told me, hey, you want to make a difference. All right, cool. Well, if you're gonna make a difference, 30 kids at a time, it's gonna take you a long time. How do you improve that? And I started thinking about it, and I came back to this person. I was like, well, administration, make change by the hundreds at least. And yeah, so.
I like that goal, man. And I know you're gonna make it.
Thank you.
Let me know if you're ready for your honey.
I'm allergic. Dijo aquel morrillo, I'm allergic to
Man,
honey.
we've been using this saying ever since that day.
Oh man.
I even told Noe, I go, you need to find that little spot, man. I don't even like honey. I'm allergic to honey.
Are you ready for? All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Premium Barbershop Incorporated. We'll be seeing you here for our next video, and adios, man.